Welcome back, Talkin Sticks World, Talkin Sticks family. This is your host, Krumi, of Talkin Sticks. And like I said before, this is a two-part interview because we're at Cigar Afición doing 2 interviews in one day. So welcome back again. Right now, while we're still at Cigar Afición, I'm here with Eddie Chow of Yeezy Plug NY. We're going to get into that. He's going to explain what Yeezy Plug NY is, and hopefully it catches your interest. For those who do not know about Yeezy Plug NY, he's a very good man. Know him from some of my purchases. That's how we met, and we just vibed out. And I'm happy that he's here. I'm happy that he's supporting. He's a cigar enthusiast also. Right now, we will be having, well, before we get into that, Eddie, thank you.
Pleasure always, brother.
Welcome to Talkin Sticks.
Get it.
Before we get into it, I want everyone to know we are having the Padron Family Reserve 1964 54th year. All right, 45th year, sorry. Padron Family Reserve 1964 45th year. Eddie already sparked up. He cut and lit up.
Couldn't wait.
He couldn't wait. I'm about to cut. I'm gonna light up. We have McAllen on deck.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get into it. Before we get into it, Eddie, and I'm lighting up, I'm going to say we make a toast. Since you're my guest, my special guest today, as I always have the special guest, you're going to make the toast. So let me just catch up to you, and we're going to go from there. So, Eddie, what would you like to toast to?
I toast to family, friends, and health. Peace, love, and happiness. What I live by.
Family, friends, and health. Peace, love, and happiness. All right. So we don't want to hold y'all anymore. I know y'all ready to see what and hear about Yeezy Plug NY. So here we go. Eddie, I'm going to ask you, what was your inspiration behind Yeezy Plug NY?
My inspiration behind Yeezy Plug NY was not wanting to work for somebody else, not wanting to take orders from somebody else. I was in a union before I opened my company, and I was in Local 3. Great union, you know,
Okay.
Good pay, good benefits, but constant layoffs. So that kind of sparked me wanting to open up my own thing, you know, because I was constantly getting laid off, and it wasn't because I was a bad worker. I was a great worker. I was a monster, but it's just how it goes.
If
If it's slow, yeah, people get laid off. It wasn't just me. It'd be like 18 other guys.
What did you do in Local 3 if you don't mind?
I did street lighting, so I used to take a 100-pound jackhammer, rip up the street with one guy.
Okay.
And I'd be on the jackhammer, he'd be on the shovel, and we basically open the street up, put pipe in the ground. It was savage work. Savage work.
How long you did that for?
I did it for like 5-6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 5-6 years.
Okay. Well, all right. So since we got into a little bit of the inspiration behind Yeezy Plug, tell everybody who Eddie Chow is. Tell us who Yeezy Plug is.
I'm just a guy trying to get by. No, I mean, I'm a family person.
Okay.
Big party animal. You know, I love money. You know, and I love seeing people happy, if that makes sense. You know, like...
Explain. Get into it a little bit more.
I like seeing people happy, as in, like, so my customers, right? They call me, you know, text me, and they say, like, you know, oh my God, I'm so happy, I just got this in, like, thank you so much. And that makes me happy, you know? It might sound weird to some people, but that actually makes me happy. Like, seeing these people happy because they're getting products or whatever.
Okay.
Also, like, with my company, I'm able to do, you know, like, toy drives, donations, you know, like, give back to the community.
He did one for Christmas. It was an excellent toy drive. He did it out here on Staten Island.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk more about that. He'll let you know the next one that's coming up. But, E, are you a native New Yorker? You born here? You from Staten Island?
Born and raised in Staten Island, baby.
Born and raised in Staten
Yep,
Island.
that's
okay.
it.
Do you like it?
Do I like it? I mean, does anybody like Staten Island?
Look, I'm from Queens and Brooklyn, so it's a little slowed down, but
see,
I'm getting used
I
to
like
it.
Staten Island, but when you venture out to other parts of the world, other parts of America, you know, you see, you know, some people may see the world different. You know, so as the question, do I like Staten Island? Yes, I do. Would I want to be here forever? No.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll get into that later on in the last question that we asked. So, you owning your own business, have you always had that entrepreneurial business mindset, or was it just, you know what, how you said before, I'm done working for people?
I mean, I've always been a hustler.
Okay.
You know, I've always been hungry. You know, so I was working, like I said before, I was working in the union. I was working 6 a.m. I'd get home probably 2 p.m. And from that time on, I would go work with my pops. He owns an air conditioning heating company.
Okay.
So I get at work tired, shot out, you know, done, like just done. But I'd still go. You know, I would go work with my pops. You know, if anybody ever had like side work to do, boom, I'm there. You know, so I've always been a hustler. But I realized the hours I was putting in weren't really compensating with the pay type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really liking it.
It was more work, less pay, basically.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I was making more money than the average, you know, male was making at my age, but I was killing myself. You know, like Saturday would come, the guys would be like, "Oh, Eddie, you want to go out?" Tired. Tired from what? Working. Work.
So why not, since your dad owns his own egg?
Yep, owns it.
Owns it. Why not
30
go into
years
that?
plus, actually.
Why not go into that?
See, maybe in the future I will, you know, but as of right now, I mean, being with the company that I have now, I'm doing very well for myself. So it's like, I don't really want to tie my hands up in that. And to be honest with you, I just really just don't like working anymore. Once I open this company, it sounds sad, but I've gotten lazy. You know, not lazy in the sense of like hustling, but lazy in like, I don't want to do physical labor anymore. I've been there, done that, years of my life. You know, got two herniated discs. You know what I mean? Been hit by cars at work, like, because I work in the street.
Yeah.
So
I'm basically right now, your time makes you money.
Like right now, we sit here right now. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but you know, right now, because orders are always flowing in. Sneaker orders are always flowing. I got 230 something sellers right now.
Okay.
That, you know, sell for me. So by the time I get out of here, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be making probably what I would have made in for the week.
Okay.
With the union, you know? So it's just like,
why sneakers?
Sneakers. I've always loved sneakers, man, ever since I was a kid.
What was your what is
First pair of sneakers? You gonna say?
What's your first pair of sneakers? I want to say.
You want to hear this, guys?
Not that your parents brought you.
That I purchased?
That you purchased yourself.
You really want to know?
I want to hear.
I'm ready for this question.
All right, let's go.
It was about, I don't know how many years ago. I'm 29, so whatever. I don't even know the years, but I don't know if you remember back in the day, they had the Filas with the strap, right? They were the high top. There was 2 for $89. That was the first 2 pairs of sneakers that I ever bought in my life. And you know, back in the day, Fila was rocking.
It's coming back now.
Yeah, too. Like, so that was the first 2 pairs of sneakers that I got. I couldn't afford Jordans.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't afford the Jordan 1s. Like, I couldn't afford it. You know, and this is when I was young. I was working at 16 years old. So I was making I was working for my pops. So I was making like $7 an hour. He was trying to teach me the value of $1 type of thing, you know? So I saved up like $90 or whatever it was, you know, and I bought them, and I went to school like this, like, man. But I've always been into them, man. I've always been into, you know, once I started saving money, I bought my first pair of Jordans. My first pair of Jordans was the Chicago red and black and white ones, like the original Jordan 1s. That was my first pair that I actually bought, and I ruined them. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I ruined them playing basketball.
Really?
Same day I bought them. The boys were like, let's go to the park. I'm like, all right, I'm going to stunt to the park a little bit.
Nah, that's cool. So, you know, so we see here that, like I said, I always say with Talkin Sticks is, it's to highlight the person. You never know you never know what the person went through to get to where they get, and
Indeed.
that's the reason why I didn't go. I'm not trying to do big companies, big businesses.
Yeah.
I want someone who started out. You know, some people get mad at the term small business, but when you're starting out, you gotta start out small.
Yeah, you gotta start from the bottom.
You may start with one person for 3 months supporting you. That makes you a small business.
You know, it's funny. You were one of them. You were one of them. You were. You know that. You know, like you were always there. You always buying stuff from me. You know what I mean? You was definitely one of those people back then that, you know, supported me when a lot of people didn't. You know, a lot of people didn't know about me, or a lot of people didn't like me, or whatever it may have been. But you were one of them, bro.
I appreciate.
I'll tell you that much. So I drink to that.
Drink to that. Why? I know this is not something we talked about, but why not a store?
I had a store. On,
Okay.
you know where Forest Avenue
Yes.
is, obviously, you know, we're on Staten Island. Forest and, you know where like that plaza is, where the buffet is, all that, TJ Maxx is.
Okay.
It was over there on that corner actually, but I was I was paying like whatever, I think it was like $2,500 a month. And I was sitting there and I had an inventory, I was ready, you know, to do the thing. And then I realized that 95% of my profits are all online. You know, and that's when I realized, like, yo, I'm paying all this money. I furnished the whole office, you know, I had everything nice. I'm paying all this money, I'm only getting like 2 or 3 people in here. What am I doing? You know, so I'm like, talking to myself, I'm like, get rid of it. What's the point of an overhead? That's $2,500 that's in my pocket, you know, at the end of the month.
Well, I could sit here and say, I think that comes down to you, what your dad taught you, the value of the dollar.
Value of a dollar, man.
You know, it's
100%.
good. It's good. I guess it's a good feeling to say, "Oh, this is my space."
I think that's why I got it, honestly. Just to
say
be
you-
like, I have this. Like,
say
I
you
got
did
a
it.
front. Like, you know, I got a storefront. I got, you know. But it really ain't all it lives up to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I personally know people that own stores and they're struggling right now because, you know, the world we live in, the pandemic, everything
Yes.
that's going on, people are hurting right now. So it's like, in a way, I got rid of it before COVID, but, you know, in a way, I'm grateful that I did.
Okay.
Because God knows, like, I'd be, you know, stuck in that lease. I was able to get out of it before because there was like a grace period.
Yes.
Thank God I did, you know, because I'd be stuck paying $2,500 a month for what?
True.
You know?
So, get back into it. How was it? What was the feeling? You know, you open it up, you got your inventory. When you made your first sale, Like-
My first sale.
like how did you feel? How did you celebrate?
Hope.
Or hope.
Yeah, hopeful. I could say hopeful.
Okay.
So I felt, because, you know, when you start your own company up, right, whether it's sneakers, car wash, deli, whatever it may be, and I know people, because I know a lot of people that own businesses, small businesses, you go through this phase, and you might not always go through it, but like I did, I know a couple people that did that, you're just not there. Like, you know, like it's, you're expecting this money to come in, like, that's it, I opened a business, boom, 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 you know, the cheddar's rolling in. Nah, it wasn't like that for me. I opened my company, and I think it was like a month and a half in, I made my first sale. And when I made that first sale, I almost gave up before I even started.
Why so?
Because I was just like, nobody's buying sneakers. Like, you know, I started with 3 pairs of sneakers. It sounds crazy, but I started with 3 pairs of Yeezys.
Okay.
And I held on to those sneakers for like almost a month until somebody bought 1 pair. They saw the pair. They're like, oh wow, I like these. And word spread around to his friends, you know. And then I felt hopeful. I'm like, oh wow, this might kick off, you know, because I had left the union at that time already. I had invested everything I had into,
So
not the 3 sneakers, but into what goes behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
So it wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna do the union and I'm gonna hustle.
Nah, I was done with it.
You
I was
just
done
said-
working before I even opened this thing.
You said, you know what? I'm going all out into it.
Yeah, because the type of person I am, I can't do something like halfway. I gotta do it. I'm all in, or I'm not in at all. You know what I mean?
So when you first started out, I mean, now I know. And when y'all go and look at his page, he has his business hours now. He's straightforward.
Nobody cares about that though. People want sneakers 24/7. It'll be 4 in the morning. My phone will be ringing. I'll be like, oh my god, what is this? My girl's thinking it's another girl. I'm like, baby, it's customers.
How many hours were you putting in?
24/7.
24/7.
24/7. I swear to God, my girl could vouch for that because I'll be up on my phone at like 2, 3 in the morning. Like I'll be sleeping, I'll wake up, you know, you hear it vibrating, and I'll be like, in my head, like I know I could wait till the morning, but I want that money now. You know, because I'm hungry. Always gonna be hungry. You know, I've been hungry back then, hungry now. I'll still be hungry 50 years from now.
Okay. So hope. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that word hope. I mean, for those who look at who follow Talkin Sticks on Instagram, you see all my posts. It's something behind what I post with the cigar, because I feel like each cigar, each day, besides just the positive vibes, it's a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey.
Indeed.
Owning a small business is a journey. You got to dedicate so much time,
Energy.
You learn to have patience. You learn to encourage yourself when you don't want to let people know that you're down and out and you're not feeling it. Because
Man, I got stories about down and out, man.
All right, so
I'll tell you some stories.
So let's go into it. So I always want to go with the good, you know, because there's always good, and even with the bad, when we talk about the lows,
There's always highs.
there's still more highs, and that's what we get into. But let's go with, what are some of your highs being an entrepreneur?
Some of my highs. So, I said it before, it's one of my favorite things to do, and this is no lie, is being able to give back to people.
Okay.
You know, because, you know, I come from a good family.
Okay.
You know, my mother, my father, they pretty much did everything they could do to give me everything that I needed when I was a kid growing up. And when you're young, you don't know what that means. You don't know what that is. You know, when you're 14, 15, you're like, oh, mom bought me an Xbox, you know, like whatever. But back then, now I look back, I'm like, damn, mom really had a hustle to get that Xbox, right? So that kind of, when I got older and when I opened this company, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I opened this company is when I realized that, wow, there's so many people that can't have that.
Okay.
And me being able to, you know, make the income that I am right now, you know, the toy drive that I did.
Yes.
That was one of the most highest feelings I've ever felt, because that toy drive, a woman had called me. Maybe we went for drinks after and everything, you know, to celebrate the successful toy drive. Dude, when I tell you, this woman called me, she was like, I'm not gonna tell you who I am or whatever. She's like, I went to the toy drive. She's like, there was a rule we had. It was for every kid, get one toy.
Yes.
So everybody can have a toy. She was like, listen, I have 4 babies at home. She was like, can I get extra toys? And you could see in her eyes that she wasn't lying. So I looked at my boy TC, and I'm like, T, listen, you know, I told him what's going on. He's like, give her 10 toys. So I was like, let's do it. He filled up a bag, so whatever you want. That woman had called me. It was about 10:30 at night, crying hysterically, saying like, you made my kids Christmas. Like, you made, you know, if it wasn't for you, Eddie, she was like, and she's like, I don't know you, you don't know me. She was like, but if it wasn't for you, my kids wouldn't have toys. And that was like, you know, like, no amount of money can do that. You know what I mean? That was just like an unreal feeling. And I started crying at the bar I was at. I was like, wow, that's real. And that was like, you know, I looked at my boy, I was like, every year we're doing this. Okay. I was like, I don't give a, you know, SHIT. I don't want to curse on camera. But I'm like, every year we're doing it. No matter if we're in a bad position, a good position, don't matter to me. We're doing this toy drive every year. You know, that is the most highest feeling I have. You know, I want to keep going on that. But other than that, maybe, you know, like, the money is good. Okay. Being able to, you know, see my mother and give her a couple $2 every now and then when I see my mom, that's a great feeling. You know, like, I travel a lot more than I, you know, ever did. Yeah.
Okay. What is some of the, talking about it, right? You mentioned it. What's one of your favorite places you've been to since you've been, you have your financial freedom, you have your business and everything like that?
It's a hard one. That's a hard one. I like. So I went to a Dominican Republic, a beautiful place, like there. Went to Colombia. You know, I'm gonna be real honest, and this might sound weird, but to me, it's like all the same. Cause like I go to resorts, right?
Okay.
So I'm on the beach, I'm having drinks, hanging out, good vibes. But will tell you one thing. I went recently on a guy's trip to Colombia, and we actually went sightseeing, like on an educational type of thing, like learning about the history of where we were, and that was really cool. And I actually think that was probably my favorite place. It was a very beautiful place.
Not to cut you off, where are you from?
Me?
Where's your family from?
So my father's Korean Chinese. Okay. My mother's from Spain, Madrid.
Okay.
So put that all together. This is what you get.
Have you ever been to those places?
No, but I do plan on going there. I do plan on going to Spain. I do plan on going to Korea, South Korea. I plan on going to China as well, and I plan on going to Japan actually next year. All of it.
Do you speak any other languages?
I can speak nothing else. I speak American. That's it. I guess I can dance a little Spanish, but.
Does your family speak?
Yes, everybody speaks it.
You understand it?
I'd be like, see, I don't really even know what's going on half the times, but you could kind of like understand it from like I kind of like the body language and just catching on to it. I don't really understand it though. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Like my aunts came from Spain one time, and this when I was living at my mother's house, and I had index cards. I over here talking to me. I'm picking up index cards like
trying to catch on.
Un momento.
Any more highs you wanna talk about from being an entrepreneur and having your own business?
Any more highs
that hit home, even if it hits home, because this, like I said,
I mean, I'll be honest, and this might sound like very materialistic. I mean, it is what it is, but I've always wanted a lot of nice things in my life, like the rings, the chains. I've always wanted that since I was a kid. And working in a union, I was making about $4,700. I was taking home $4,700 a month, which is great. But when your bills are $5,500, $6,000, it ain't that great at all.
Not that great. You got to work the overtime.
Yeah, like I'm out here really grinding, like just to get ends meet, like like me and my girl, like just scrapping change out of the cars type of thing.
Okay.
So I'll be honest, it's one of the highs is being able to buy myself nice things, being able to buy my mother nice things, my sisters nice things, my girl nice things. That's one of the ultimate feelings to me as well.
What are some of the lows you have gone through?
Lows, I could
being an entrepreneur.
Make you a list bigger than a tower, man. So some of the lows I could say is people doubting you, your friends doubting you. Not your friends, my friends doubting me. My own friends doubting me, my own family doubting me. Like, oh, what did you do? Why would you leave the union? Because I had left, took my pension, took my 401k, lost my health insurance. Like when I tell you I left.
Okay.
So the doubt was one of the biggest lows that put me in a really bad place actually. Maybe about 2 years ago maybe, I was in a real bad place. Because this is before like I really got booming, like before anybody knew what Yeezy Plug NY was.
Yeah.
I was in a bad depression. I'm like, shit, like I messed my life up.
Okay.
I think it was like 280 grand in debt. How am I paying my debt? I had lost the house I was at. Nobody knows this, but I'll say it because it is what it is. This is part of life. You go through, people all on Instagram, like they see me doing well, but they don't see
what you went through.
Yeah, what the stages were to get to where I'm at right now. Yeah, you see the jewelry, you see my cars, the lifestyle I'm living, but bro, it wasn't always like that. So one of the biggest lows I could say was the doubt. Haters is a big part of that. Lows, haters, people talking their talk, whatever it may be. And this brings it back to that first sale. So I'll tell you a quick story. I'll try to make it real quick. Me and my brother TC, we had went out to a club called Barco one night, and we didn't get home until like, I think it was like 7 in the morning. So we were out drinking, we went to an after party, whatever. I'm drunk. I'm bombed. So we had gotten home, and I'm like, I just sat there, I looked at him, I'm like, yo, listen, dude, I think I fucked up my life. And he's like, what are you talking about? You know, now we get two drunk idiots just sitting there talking, you know, but it's my brother. I opened my heart to him. So I was like, yo, I can't go back to work. I left the union, I terminated everything. I lost my insurance. Like, I'm almost 30 years old. Like, what am I doing? And remember that first sale that I had told you with those 3 pairs was that person. They had called me that day. They had texted me actually, and they said, listen, I want to pick up that pair today. Can you meet? Now I'm still drunk. I'm like, you know, like, definitely can't drive. Yeah. So I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't even gonna meet this. It was a girl. I was like, I'm not even gonna meet this girl. I was like, I'm done. So he straight up went like this. Like, this is my brother. He could do that to me. He straight backhand him. He's like, yo, get your shit together. He's like, get showered or whatever. Put some nice clothes on. Brush your freaking teeth, man. And he's like, we're gonna go meet this chick. And where we had met her was about 5 blocks, so we walked it. You know, we walked over there with sneakers, and whatever. She bought the sneakers. Boom. Went back to my house, hanging out. You know. 2 days later, my phone's buzzing. You know, people blowing my phone up. And I was like 4 people hitting me up. Oh, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? And that's when it all happened.
It's been going good since then.
Ever since that day. And I swear to you, I was gonna give it all up and try to find a new job. Like, I was gonna try, you know, like, I mean, my plan was to go back to the union and be like, listen, I messed up. You know, like, can I go back to work?
Now, you said something about supporters, you know, your close friends not supporting. With that, what advice can you give people that have this dream in the back of their head, or are at that beginning stage where it's like, boom, I'm here, you got the faith, you know it could work, but right now it's not popping? What advice can you give these people? What advice can you give someone starting out? What advice can you give me? I'm only on interview number 4, you know, and it sometimes can get tough, especially when I first started out and I put my page up and I'm reaching out to people I know,
they're knowing you and all that. I know how that goes.
So what advice can you give?
Advice I could give to anybody trying to start up a company, a business, whatever it may be, don't give up. That's the biggest piece of advice. Do not give up, right? Don't listen to haters. Don't listen to anybody that doubts you. The only person that could get you to the top is you. And I learned that the hard way, you know. I never gave up. I almost did. But sometimes I sit here and I think like, yo, what if I would have gave up? What if I would have gave up? I wouldn't have all the nice things I have. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm doing for other people, you know? Like, you have me on Instagram, we have each other. I'm always giving out free sneakers to my followers. You know, there's $1 million companies out here, and I'm nowhere close to a millionaire yet, you know? But there's $1 million companies out here, they don't give nobody nothing. For me, I'm happy I'm able to do that, you know. So, and I sit back, I'm like, damn, what if I would have gave up?
So you're here for the people.
I am, actually. Yeah.
You're here for yourself. You know, you want to satisfy yourself, but you here for the people.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
Since my company had opened and since my company has gotten successful, and everybody that's watching here, y'all can feel this, because I have built so many different relationships with people because of my company. Like, I'm talking like, these are customers, and like they're texting me on a daily basis type of thing, you know, because they're always ordering. But like, they'll send me a text and whatever it may be, and I'm growing relationships with these people. You know, like a lot of people that have kids.
Yes.
They're sending me pictures of their kids, and that's awesome. Like, you can't walk into a sneaker store, right? Buy a pair of sneakers from that store. And this is not to, like, you know, disrespect nobody else's business, but you really can't walk into a sneaker store, buy a pair of sneakers for your son or your daughter, and text the person that owns a sneaker store. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of weird, you know.
So you got that personal relationship.
Yeah, like a lot of these people, like, you know, it's funny. I go to, like, you know, I'm always out in like these clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
You see me. People come up to me. They're like, "Yo, you're such a great dude," and like, I don't even. I'll be honest. I don't even know half the people that, you know, I talk to, but they tell me like things that I've talked to them about, because like, I have so many numbers in my phone constantly texting me, and they're like, you know, like, I'll always support you, you know, and that's a bittersweet feeling. That's a bittersweet feeling.
Okay. Well,
Thank you to everybody, by the way. Thank you to all the people that support me, that purchase from me, always constantly texting, supporting, reposting things from me. This is the reason why I got to where I'm at. And this is the reason why you're going to get to where you're going to go.
I appreciate that. Like I said, you know, I hit up E the first time. He was one of the first people I hit up. He locked in right away. Yes, he locked in right away. But due to, you know, it was the beginning of the summer, you know, everyone got their plans. But he came back to me a couple of days ago, actually. You know, where
I told you I would.
23rd.
My word is bond.
He said he would. He hit me up, and he said he don't want to wait. He wants to get to it right away, and we made it happen. And you gotta appreciate people like that, because, you know, some people say they're going to do something, and they don't do it. And
that's a big part about opening a company as well. You know, like you're saying, people say they'll do this and that and the third, but when it comes time, you know, time to bat, where they at?
And that's why I always say with all my interviews, this is what Talkin Sticks is about. This is what I say on my Instagram page. This is what Talkin Sticks is about. It's to show you that when you got someone starting up a company, small business, and they're an entrepreneur, they're doing it for themselves, but they're trying to give something. They're trying to give a service to the community that they're in, to the world, to the state, just to be helpful. You know, yes, there's a financial part of it, but it's just to be helpful, because they're dedicating like he does. He's at home, he wakes up, he answers his phone. He's with his girl, he got to take time away from that. He got his dogs.
Yeah. I be walking my dogs, talking to customers. You know, my dog will be pooping. I'll be like, I don't even know, because I'm so focused on my company and my customers. You know, and I think that's what really made me successful. Just how dedicated I am to these people. You know.
And I truly appreciate it. I hope everyone's watching. Truly appreciate it. I know your customers now truly appreciate it. And you keep doing your thing, man. Just keep doing your
brother.
thing.
Always.
We're kind of moving along kind of quick, but hey, you know, we're having a good time. So we went through a bunch of questions. As I always say, Talkin Sticks has a question of the hour.
Which is?
Talkin Sticks questions of the hour is, what can, in the future, what can we expect from Yeezy Plug NY? If you don't mind talking about some of your endeavors that you're working on.
You're gonna see me in a Speedo on a yacht drinking some green stuff that I don't even know what it's called. Nah. What do you can see me in the future like doing?
Like, what are some things you're working on? Like, do you just plan on staying in the sneaker game, or
no?
Is there something
I'm always
else?
gonna be in the sneaker game. This is mine. I took it over. It's mine. It's mine.
What are some other inventions if you don't mind talking about?
I'll tell you one of my dreams, my goals, if that works.
That works.
So I want to be able to take all the money, right, all the profits that I have made from my company right now, and I want to open a nightclub. A nightclub. It's always been a dream of mine since I was little to open a nightclub. I'm not talking about like a bar or like, you know, a little hall. I'm talking about like a nice.
Like on Power.
Yeah.
Like how Ghost has
Power, you know what I'm saying?
You want a nightclub like that.
Now you got me thinking even bigger, because it wasn't that big. Now I'm thinking that big now.
What is, if you want to say, what would be the name and where would that location be?
Bro, it would definitely be in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Because I'm always in Jersey. I'm always, you know, if I'm out, I'm eating in Jersey. If I'm clubbing, partying, I'm in Jersey. And I honestly do think it's because there's less traffic, you know, because I hate driving to the city, man.
Okay.
You know, I hate sitting in bumper to bumper traffic, and 9 times out of 10 when you drive to Jersey at night, there ain't no traffic.
Okay.
But it would be in Jersey, I would think. As for the name, I couldn't even tell you. That's like a thing that I probably have to sit on for a month at least to like figure out.
What would be the services at this nightclub?
Partying.
Partying?
Bottle service, the whole thing, the whole night. But it wouldn't be like, it'd be more of like you come in, ain't no BS, You're coming out to have a great time, spend a couple dollars, enjoy music. I love music, so you're gonna be there to enjoy music, have some food, whatever it may be, and just have an overall great experience. The same way all these people have a great experience shopping with me, I want to be able to give that back into a nightclub. Okay. That is my ultimate goal here. And hopefully one day, you know what I mean, I can achieve that. And I know it will, because like I said earlier, you always got to stay focused and you can never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. And you could say that a million times to a million different people, but not maybe 5% of them will actually really grasp that and never give up. Because giving up is easy. Giving up is real easy. But not giving up, that takes a lot of strength, man. And I've been there, so I know. You know what I mean? And not even just in businesses, and life in general, Okay. Not giving up is hard,
Anything else, E, you want to bring out about Yeezy Plug NY or about yourself while we're here?
Not really. I mean, I just want to thank everybody, from back then to now, and everybody in the future that supports me, supports my company, supports what I'm doing. I want to thank you guys because it means a lot to me, and I constantly post this on Instagram. You see that, I'll post it on my story. Thank you to my customers, because without my customers, I wouldn't be where I'm at, And I get a lot of supportive messages every day. Like some people would think it's weird, but me personally, I look at every single message that I get from these people, and some people write paragraphs.
Okay.
And I read them, and that shit hits home for me. Like some of these messages are real. And it's crazy because it's just over like selling sneakers or whatever it may be that I'm selling to these people. These people are so the support that I have is like beyond real. You know what I mean? Like I got people that are like on literally and not a lot of people know this, but they're on subscriptions. Like they basically pay me monthly. Not like taking out their card. They actually make sure they send me payments because I have them on a certain plan that they're always getting stuff, because that's how dedicated some of these people are to me and my company. So it's just thank you to all of them. Thank you to everybody that supports. That's the biggest message I could say.
Okay. So we will wrap it up here. E, please tell them where they can find you at.
My Instagram is at Yeezy Plug NY. At Yeezy Plug NY. Now, when you pop that up, you'll see the logo. You see this right here? There's a lot of like scam pages out there that are gonna take your money, but you'll see my face. Nobody has my face on their Instagram.
Oh, so you even got your face up there?
Yeah.
All right, so people out here, there's no way to mess
Can't
it up.
miss this face.
There's no way to mess it up. At Yeezy Plug NY. Look for the logo. Look for this handsome face right here. I'm your host, Krumi, of Talkin Sticks. Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.
E, thank you.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Much.
Always.
And as I always say, peace, love,
and happiness.
And God bless.